So, my next topic is instruments, maintenance, and your care for them. AKA, do you treat your instrument how you treat your own body?
That is the million-dollar question. I think there's definitely some validity in doing both. Like sometimes if you have like a really nice or antique instrument that you want to, baby, I think that there's definitely times where you'd want to maintain it, like get it taken to the shop, intonated and all that beautiful stuff. But then I think for a lot of us is like, I would say non-professional, non-touring musicians, the budget for all that stuff definitely becomes a situation of like the juice not being worth the squeeze. So I feel like practically speaking, most of us don't have the luxury of getting to treat our instruments like a temple as opposed to something else that I can't think of the word for.
I should probably clarify it depends on who you are with the quote, treat it like your body.
I treat my body like a temple. It's just a temple of Dionysus.
And I think there's something to be said of like I think of like Willie Nelson's famous guitar for reference. Like that dude played the same guitar for like 250 years. And I mean, that guitar is like Willie Nelson's signature sound. But if you look at it, I mean, it's got holes where he's been playing for so long, like his pick just scraped holes in the body. I mean, yeah, Willie Nelson definitely has enough money where he could have replaced that guitar or got it repaired or whatever. But I feel like that it loses its character as opposed to like he plays the same guitar for 900 years and like that becomes part of his identity.
Dude, it's people saying like, ooh, I have so-and-so's guitar. I'm like, no, you have a guitar so-and-so played. If they went to Guitar Center and did test samples of all the guitars, you could say, oh, I have so-and-so's guitar. No. Basically, for me, it comes to this case of if it makes sound and it sounds good, I'm happy. Which is a very simplistic way, but I'm going to go back into the whole Willie Nelson's guitar thing. That is Willie Nelson's guitar. No other guitar he's played is his guitar. I am personally in this mindset of I would rather have Theseus's ship of a bass than get a different bass. Unless like I need it, like I have my 4-string and my 5-string. But I would rather see those things go to ruins and replace chunks out of them and change the pickups and all that everything than ever change my bass because it's mine. I literally have copious blood on it. Like it has my DNA inside of it, and that just makes it feel special to me. It also makes other people not want to play it, which is a really good thing.
There's sort of two trains of thought. In prog metal, it's sort of a point of prestige taking really good care of your equipment because the genre is about mastery and perfection.
Cleanliness.
Yeah. And so you go on stage with like a perfect matte finish guitar.
You have to have the gloss finish to show you polished it.
No fingerprints.
Yes.
Yes. That's an ethos appeal. It says, my guitar is perfect. I am perfect. You're about to witness perfection. And that's part of the genre versus punk. Having your guitar clearly broken and put back together several times, that shows you are, 1, experienced. You've had this for a while. 2, intense. You do things that would cause guitars to break. 3, crafty. You have kept this thing alive. And so that is its own ethos appeal.
I'm also going to go into with punk and more hardcore genres specifically. Back into the do you treat your instrument like your body? That's kind of where I was going with that. Your instrument is as flawed as you are. It's been broken, similar to how a lot of these musicians have been in emotional states. It represents like this, it's damaged goods, but it's still giving you these beautiful things. And I feel that's why in those genres, it can really work from like, that might be a reach for the emotional aspect. But I mean, that's why, at least for me personally, I can't get rid of any of my stuff. When it breaks, I feel that is another bump in my life of, oh, this happened. Okay, we just keep going with it. My pickup pops out. I put toothpicks in it to fix it. And I'm happy about that.
Like I think of like Kurt Cobain, like he, especially towards the end of his life and musical career, like he was extremely wealthy, but his guitars were like a visual reflection of like his mental state. Like he did treat his guitars like he treated his body. If you watched any of his shows, like he would throw his guitars on the ground and he would like play catch with his guitars and like throw them at the members in the band. He would like duct tape his strap on and strap on. He would duct tape his strap, and like his guitar was a physical reflection of his mental state. And so I think that kind of leads to a little bit of authenticity. Like if he were up there playing a $10,000 guitar that was very clean and like well taken care of, I don't think it would have had the same impact as if he was playing like a $500 guitar, covered in chips and scratches and duct tape.
I think a lot about a lecture by Rick Roderick. He used to teach at Duke, I believe. He's dead now, but he's got a really famous lecture series. I think it was the one on Heidegger. He goes on a tangent about people who work out on stationary bikes every day. And he said, if your goal is to keep yourself alive longer, what is really the trade-off? How much of your life are you spending on a bike, not doing things you could be doing? If you were to say, screw it, I don't want to live long, I want to live well. I think of instruments similarly and gear. How much am I interested in this instrument living for a long time versus living a good life? Now, for some people, you want to have the out of being able to sell it down the line. That's pretty reasonable, and that's a good reason to keep your instrument in good shape. Don't leave it in the hot car overnight. If you've got like one instrument that you're never going to sell, this is yours until it no longer functions, then think about the length of time you have it versus the quality of time you get out of it. What does that mean to you? What sorts of trade-offs are you willing to make?
I like timelines of damage, to be honest.
Yeah.
If there's no wounds on it, what has it really actually done? Nothing. It's not had any experiences. And also, this is off the deepish point. I've been with musicians who have refused to play a practice because part of their gear wasn't quite right or working properly. And they'd rather just not practice than play with faulty gear. I would rather play on a 3-string bass that I pull out of nowhere because my other one's not working because it needs a rest day, because my real bass needs a day for itself. I'll give it its break and I'll play on a different bass and let it have its time. Or even just, shove toothpicks in the pickups so that it'll stay in place. Or even just hold the pickups down with my thumb or anything just to play it. An instrument needs to be played.
Yeah.
Instruments don't need spa days. At least that might just be mine. But they like it rough and rugged, and they like getting down to business.
And I like to think about it like there's a lot of people that have like really expensive guitars or whatever, and they'll just like keep it in a case all day because they're afraid to touch it because they don't want to damage it. And it's like, so what's the point in having something like that if you refuse to play it because you're so concerned about the aesthetics of it? It kind of defeats the premise of having such a nice instrument in the first place.
It's like the dude who has action figures to play with and the dude who has an action figure collection. It's like, okay, you have this collection, but you and your collection are going to hit a cats in the cradle moment at some day of like, you never played with them. And now like you're too old to play with them and their value didn't go up. And it's just like you wasted all your time. Whereas if you're the dude who's like, oh, I have this like $100 action figure, but I'm gonna go smack, smack, smack on the ground with it because I'm beating the shit out of this other dude. Bong, 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 gotcha. Oh, other hand, oh, bong, bong, backhand, front hand, slap ass, got him. Like that whole thing. Like you're gonna have way more fun, and yeah, your figure might die before you can resell it, and you might lose something a little bit, but you at least have this torn up scuff of a thing that you can look back and say, oh yeah. He's missing his 2 fingers because I did this thing with my guy Jimmy 10 years back. And it's just like, I don't know. I prefer memories of things and instances than practicality.
Yeah. Like, it would be really cool to have a Gerard Way signed guitar pick, but isn't the memory of having played
Connor,
guitar with a
you're
Gerard
about
Way
to
signed
get jumped
guitar
as soon
pick
as
so
this
much more
interview
valuable?
is over. I'm going to actually beat the shit out of Connor, send this to the FBI if he goes missing. It was me. It literally was me. Zachary William Tomlinson. I'll give you my socials and everything. @Zach_Strum.